YouTube. I know, messy desk, but I love it. It's 7 a.m. and I am working. Who said it's all work and no fun, right? It's all fun and no work. So, however, I figured, hey, why don't you share what you are doing? Maybe somebody likes it. You know, I always tell you that I keep packaging and stuff and I like to recycle, even though I also like to play with new stuff a lot. Oh God, excuse me. This cough does not go away. It loves me. It doesn't want to leave me. So, however, look what I got. How does that look like? So, all I need for my craft this morning is some Elmer's glue, some ABC stamps or letter stamps, scissors or your cutting board, and the most important ingredient, packaging. This time is from soup, but you remember it's a zombie soup, but I ate it already. So, however, this combined is going to be, let me show you, it's going to be that. So I'm making my own Scrabble pieces, you know, because I want to. I have some from Tim Holtz I bought a Tuesday morning, but I want to do smaller ones. I want to be able to make the ones I want. I want to be able to make 10 A's and 2 B's and 3 C's, you know, and not be like dependent on what they give me letters. I want to have all the letters. The only thing in this one I'm not doing is, and I know it's a very important part of Scrabble, so you can do it. See, there is no number, so there's no points on my little Scrabble tiles, but who cares? Who cares? I don't care. This is how I want it, you know. So what I'm doing is I got myself, oh, look how bad it is. It's distressing. Oh, that you need too. Or you can use any other ink, or you cannot use any ink at all, whatever you want to do. However, I got myself half-inch squares, and I will just layer them with my little glue here. And I'm always using 5 squares, so that's what I'm doing. I'm putting 3 on top of each other, and then I turn it around because there is the packaging, right? And then I will put 2 more on top of that. So I have 5. I figured this is what I need. If you need more or less, you know, I will show you how wide it's gonna be. And all I'm doing is basically squeezing it so they are really, really tight, because I don't want them to look like 5 pieces on top of each other. I want this to be 1 piece. So, and then I will just put it aside and let it dry. And here I have a dry one already. So this is how it looks like. And you see, I hope you can see. Can you see the side here? It's not even. So what I'm doing is, I have my little tool here from Tuesday morning, and I will just sand it off until this is even, you know. So I will just take a side and I will sand it off a little bit. Because it's paper, it's really, really easy. If you don't have this one, not a problem. Take this one. You can do it with this one as well, or with just a piece of sandpaper, you know. It works wonderful. Let me show you. So this is the side I did not do, and this is one I did. See, it's like you can't see the layers anymore. So that's what I want, because I don't want it to look like there is 5 layers of paper. I want it to look like there is nothing, like it's 1 piece, of course. So it's gonna be, it's easy. It doesn't take a long time to do that. So this is what I'm doing. And once I'm done with that, I will go ahead and take some of my distress ink. I love it. We all know I love this distress ink, especially now for Christmas time. Well, it's still October, but you know, it's Christmas time. So I want to go like around this corners I just filed or sanded, and I will also go a little bit on top. So I want my corners to be darker and the top to be like a little bit aged, something like this. You see that? So for me, it looks like so pretty. And now this one is done. I will just use the same ink. I need to look up what I need. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I've done already. Then it's H. Okay. I will just use the same ink. And as straight as possible, I will just stamp my letter on it. La la, ta-da! Look at that. Done. I love it. Don't you love it? I mean, it's easy, it's cheap. I got these stamps. Where are you going? I got the stamps at... You see, I didn't want to say this anymore. I didn't want to tell you anymore where I got stuff from, because not because I want to punish you, but because everything upset me so much. But today's a new day, so I'm better. If I think negative, nothing will change anyway, so I might as well just think positive, right? However, I tried to find the rest of the packaging, but it disappeared on me, of course. This is from... Oh, there it is. No, there is no price. This is from Joann's. I believe those were like the cheapy ones. If I remember correctly, it is, I don't know, Hero Arts, yeah. And I used my coupon on that. So yes, I have it for a while and I haven't used it too much. I bought it, I believe, maybe like a year ago or something. I wanted to be able to write something on my pocket letter card, you know, to write letter or something like, not to write, to stamp it on. So that's why I got them. And yeah, you can get those or whatever you prefer. You can die cut yourself some and just stick it on. It's gonna look a little different, but who cares? It's your art, right? So it's not like somebody decides like how it has to look like. It's just you. Only you decide how it has to look like. When you send it off, one tip I would give you to kind of go from the sides too, because if you only send it flat, this will like raise up a little, but it's just a little bit. So really, it's not, it takes longer for the glue to dry than for you to finish up the whole thing. This is my opinion, because you should not be doing this while the glue is wet and everything is just shifting on you, you know. So that's why I would pre-make some. I glue them, glue, 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 and because I cannot do it like normal people, glue all of them and then, you know, distress all of them and then stamp all of them. No, I always have to like do something different in between. So I would glue like 5 and then I let them dry and I will take care of the rest. And then I will glue 5 again. That's how I do this. So yeah, let me just very quick show you this one. I do the same thing. I will go from the edges first because I want the edges to be the darkest. And I'm still using the same sponge because I'm, you know, too cheap to go and buy a new one. And it still works for me, so whatever. Who cares? So, it's still the sponge I got with the original distress ink. It was a package and the sponge was in the package. They had like 4 inks and the sponge in there. So that's why. If you want to use it like, and you know it's going to turn, then do the other side. I'm going to stick it on something, so I don't care about the other side. And now I need the letter I on this one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, I knew I'm gonna be off, but it's okay, because it's vintage, and, you know, back then, they did not have, like, perfect things. At least that's what I'm telling myself, you know. They just did not have the perfect things. Yeah, so this is how easy and how fast this is going, and the only thing I do not like too much is that I'm getting all the distress ink and all the glue all over my fingers, but this is life. I mean, if it's just that, I can live with that. So yeah, I'm going to continue with my tiles here, and then once, I don't know how many do I have to go, like 15 more or something. So I want to get them ready to go, you know. And yeah, like I said, when you do that and you want to make yourself a good set, just go ahead and double everything up and then have like 5 E's and A's and whatever is needed most. I don't know what it is, what else it is in English language. Of course I know like the most used letters in German language, but I'm not sure what it is in English language. So just make a couple more for that. And the good thing is, like, if you run out and you don't have a letter anymore, you can just go ahead, cut yourself some packaging and make yourself letter, you know, the letter you need. And if you have like a Scrabble set, even if you buy a cheapy one for $1 or $2 and you run out of one letter, it's done. You know, if there is like 20 pieces left but there's no A in it, you don't really, you know, it's done. It's done. There will be leftovers. I don't think anybody can use up all of the Scrabble pieces in one pack, you know, except if you just put letters somewhere. So that might work. But if you are doing words or whatever, I don't think it's gonna be working. So yeah, that's why I like this idea much better, because I can just go ahead and do it as much as I want, as many as I want, and choose my own letters. Okay, that was it. That's all I wanted to show you, actually. Yes, so if you have some packaging left over, go ahead and do that. I love it. I love to use my packaging. Like, nobody tosses anything that is this size or bigger. I don't keep like the really small ones. Except it's plastic, then I do. But I keep those. I cut them up and I just stick them. I have a shoe organizer in my closet right over there, and I just stick them in there. So, you know, they are out of the way, but they are there. And if I need them, I can use them for everything. And I love, love, love that it is recycled paper, right? Packaging is recycled paper, which means that it's, how do I describe that? It takes in anything. It's, what is the right English word? It's like a little sponge in some, yeah, it's like a sponge. Is it right? I don't know, maybe somebody can correct me in the comments. But if you put like something in there, it kind of goes apart. So if you want to do vintage or something, this is, in my opinion, the perfect thing to use, because it smears a little and it looks much better than when you would use like white cardstock or something. So I love this. Even like the craft paper will not work like that. It works different. This is just a different texture. All right, that's all. I'm thinking about doing a live while I'm making those, so it's not that boring and I have somebody to talk to. I will see. If you enjoyed this little tutorial, give me a thumbs up. As always, subscribe. Come on over to my Facebook, because most of my informational stuff will be on Facebook now. When I use like this and you want to know where I got it, or you know, then I will tell you on Facebook. You can ask me any question. I am not very good in answering emails, so please don't send me emails if it's not really important, because I just get too many. I get all the notifications from YouTube and then the emails, and it all messes up in there and it's too many. So if you come to the Facebook page, it's so much easier for me to answer there, because there's kind of, it's organized, unlike my email. So yeah, I'm just saying, I miss a lot of emails. I just it's just too much for me to go through it and see what's important and what's not, you know, except for when I ask you to email me. That's a different thing, because then I ask you for a certain word to use so I can look for this word and then there it is. But yeah, it's just too much for me to scroll through the whole thing. Okay, this was a long story about that. Just come on over to Facebook if you want to. If you don't have any questions or anything, it's all fine. Nobody has to come over there. Thank you everybody who came over there yesterday, because a bunch of people, like 30 people, came to the group, and I love it. And we have more life in there now, which is cool. There's always somebody who can tell you something, you know, and you can always post your stuff on there too. Yes, what else? Come and visit my Etsy shop. I have a couple items there, and I would love for you to see them. And that's it. See guys, I'm feeling better today, as you can see. Even though my heart is still sad for the other people, I decide to be positive, and I just have hope that maybe it all works out. So I'm gonna hope for now. Okay guys, you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this. Make yourself some, and I see you in my next video. Bye bye.